I have a Wolff spring kit, release spring, catch spring, trigger spring, mainspring. So I've already installed it on this one. Open, unloaded, it's all good. This one, open, unloaded, all good. So what we're going to do, and these don't come all the way out on the Taurus Deputies, they only come to the push. Also on the Taurus Deputy, right here, instead of they have a bushing all the way through in the middle, but you also have this little piece right here that likes to pop off whenever you take it out, when you take your cylinder out, so make sure you don't lose that. All right. I'll make some other videos later with the machine work that I do on it. I kind of polish some of the parts up just to make it a little nicer, a little easier to run. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. Oh, this little pin comes out of here. It fits in between the grips to hold it in place, and that one, it stays in really good. This one just falls right out of. I know everybody's gonna think, oh, you should have taped that up, and you know, this, that, and the other. Well, I use these for shooting, for competition, and they get drug across holsters and put down on tables and everything else. So these are work guns, and if I was gonna, you know, use them for something, you know, display or this, that, and the other, I would probably do something like that. Or if I was working on somebody else's guns, I would definitely do that. But these are my guns, and they work. So I'm not necessarily worried about it. It's kind of like having scars. Sometimes you get scars, just battle wounds. Not necessarily worried about it. I have put Wolff spring kits in every single action that I've ever run, and I've never had a problem with one. They've always done a great job. I don't have a problem with the springs breaking or anything else. I've heard a couple people say they've had issues with it, but I've never had a problem with it. Make sure you have the right size screwdrivers for these screws. Back this one out just a little bit, get some of the tension off. Make sure you don't take it all the way out. You just want it to get enough that the tension comes off of it, like that, and you can go ahead and take it out. I will say they did make these really well. You can see Loctite on here. They did put these together rather well. Like I said, right out of the box, they were really, really good. The Wolff spring kit did make a little bit of a difference, but I'll be honest with you, they were pretty good right off the bat. You can see you notice a little bit of difference, but every little bit edge you can get is worth it. These things are tight in there. these things are machined really well. They put them together really well. Put Loctite on the screws. I am super impressed. The quality that they put into this, the amount of work that they put into making these, really impressive. Alright, so now we have trigger spring. So that factory grease still on there. This is the bad part about having big hands, trying to do little fine work like this. Screws just don't like me. One thing you do want to watch out for is if you watch right here, as you're screwing it, this is going to want to come this way. So you want to make sure that you keep it over here against that side so it stays on the trigger while you're tightening this down. Reset. Perfect. Just make sure it's good. Yep. And that is all there is to that. Now, put these back together is pretty easy. The little screw goes in front. Let's just get it started. Necessarily want to you want to make sure they're all started. Sometimes I kind of back them out a little bit and then go forward just to make sure it grabs the threads, because you definitely don't want to cross thread something like this. What I do is I get them all started, get them down there, get going like this, and I wait till I get close to tight, get them all run down, and then I go back and torque them all down. That way everything goes down and nice and even. This screw fits in here really nice on my Navy arms that I have. I had to wallow it out a little bit with a drill bit to get the screw to go through. It quite fit right. But this here, on these, it fits great. Yep, perfect. Got the parts bucket with the rest of them. So on this back one, they do all fit. So the difference in these, the one for the bottom has no real meat on the head. The ones that go in the back plate are rather thick. You can tell the difference side by side right there. I have not taken these apart too many times since they're still brand new and just came out. Usually my older ones I kind of recognize what goes where right off the bat, just because take them apart, put them back together enough. Like I was telling you earlier about backing it off a little bit and then running it in. If I hadn't backed that one off like I did, it would have went in crooked, and it would have cross-threaded. Through here goes into that little hole right there on the grip. Here you can tell there's like a little divot on this side where the head goes in. This side you can see threads. So you run it through this way. Shoot a little bushings right there on the end. I will say, these things are tight. They're real tight. They machine these really well. The tolerances are extremely tight on them. And make sure it doesn't come out. I got 2 of them slicked up and ready to go. A little bit of machine work on the new one. Polish it up a little bit, polish a few things up, cylinders and everything. And they are ready to go, ready for competition.